Ever wondered how basketball came into existence? It all started in the winter of 1891. A Canadian physical education instructor, Dr. James Naismith, found himself facing a dilemma. He needed to create a game that could be played indoors to keep his students active during the harsh winter months. This led to the invention of a game that would soon capture the world's attention: basketball. The first game was played with a soccer-style ball and 2 peach baskets, with 9 players on each team. The rules were simple yet different from today's game. For instance, dribbling wasn't part of the original game, and players could only pass the ball to move it around the court. There were also no boundaries, which meant the ball was in continuous play. This novel game was initially an indoor activity, a way to keep Naismith students engaged during the cold winter months. From these humble beginnings, basketball started to spread, capturing the hearts of sports enthusiasts. As basketball's popularity grew, it found its way into amateur leagues. The game quickly took root in high schools and colleges across the United States, providing a thrilling spectacle for spectators and a dynamic platform for athletes. The allure of the bouncing ball, the roar of the crowd, and the thrill of the game was irresistible. In the winter of 1896, the first sparks of intercollegiate rivalry were kindled. The University of Iowa and the University of Chicago clashed on the court, marking the first intercollegiate basketball game. This wasn't just a game, it was the birth of a tradition that would sweep across the nation. As the sport continued to evolve and captivate, amateur leagues and organizations began to form, providing structure and fostering competition. The game was no longer confined to its birthplace in Springfield, Massachusetts. Basketball was no longer just a game, it was becoming a phenomenon. With the increasing popularity of the sport, the birth of professional basketball was inevitable. As the amateur game gained traction, the first professional basketball league, the National Basketball League, or NBL, was established in 1898. This was a turning point that took basketball from informal local competitions to a more structured, competitive, and professional level. As the sport continued to grow, it wasn't without its growing pains. There were rival leagues, disputes, and challenges, but by 1949, 2 of the most prominent leagues, the NBL and the Basketball Association of America, or BAA, put their differences aside and merged. This marked the birth of what we now know as the National Basketball Association, or NBA. The NBA brought together some of the finest talents the sport had to offer. Early professional players and teams set the stage for what would become a global phenomenon, captivating audiences worldwide. Basketball had gone from a simple game to a professional sport with a global following. Basketball today is a global phenomenon, played and watched by millions. It's a sport that transcends borders, cultures, and languages. The rules of the game have evolved over the years, but the essence remains the same: 2 teams, 1 ball, and a hoop. Professional leagues have sprung up all over the world, from the illustrious National Basketball Association in the United States to the Euro League in Europe, the National Basketball League in Australia, and many more. The international reach of basketball is truly astounding, and its inclusion in the Summer Olympics has only amplified its global appeal. In the spotlight are stars like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who dazzle audiences with their skill and athleticism. Teams like the Los Angeles Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, and the Milwaukee Bucks draw fans from every corner of the globe. From a simple game invented to keep students active during winter, basketball has become a global sport. Like any other sport, basketball has had its share of controversies. The world of basketball hasn't been immune to scandals and controversies. There have been instances where betting scandals shook the foundations of the sport. Players and even referees were found to be involved in point-shaving schemes, tarnishing the integrity of the game. Drug use, too, has been a significant controversy. Players have been suspended, and careers have been jeopardized due to substance abuse. These incidents have led to the introduction of stricter drug policies in leagues around the globe. Racial issues have also been a point of contention in basketball. Discrimination and prejudice have spurred conversations about the need for increased diversity and inclusion within the sport. These controversies have left an indelible mark on basketball, challenging its image and sparking debates. Yet through it all, the sport's charm remains untouched. Despite these controversies, basketball continues to captivate audiences worldwide, proving that the love for the game surpasses all odds.